Hello, I am Richard A. Boxall, and this is my short and almost daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily-ish.
You're listening to the diary of a wannabe writer, Season 3.
Hello, today is Friday the 3rd of July 2026. Welcome to the show. And I'm absolutely shattered as I record this. It's about the third attempt I've made to record it. And not because I kept sort of screwing it up as I recorded it, but I've got a friend who's got an issue at the moment. And I keep responding to her to make sure she's all right. And it's always in the middle of me recording the podcast. She's just sent me another message, but I'm going to ignore it, to be honest, just for 6 minutes to get this recorded. Well, 5.5 now. Bless her. Anyway, so what have I done today? Oh, my brain has just switched off. So since I spoke to you last, I recorded the podcast after having breakfast and I walked back to the hotel. I attempted to get some sleep, but wasn't massively successful. I did get a little bit. And then I woke up a couple of hours before I had to. So our alarm call was 11:40 Sydney time, but my brain was still pretty much on UK time. So that was 2:40, or it might have been 2:45 actually. UK time, which is, early. But as I say, I'm kind of slightly acclimatised to where I am. So, and I actually woke up about an hour before the alarm call and did a few bits and pieces. So one of the things I had to do was our aircraft that we're on at the moment, 787-9, we have two versions of it. So they're being refit to put new seats in, basically. And most of the flights on this trip are on the old configuration, but the one out to Sydney was the new configuration, and that meant having to have different aircraft diagrams to do our checks and bits and pieces. And then, of course, what it then meant was when we came back to the old configuration on today's flight, I then had to get all those, reload those. So I got up an hour before I had to. I did all that kind of stuff and then did a bit of work on my other podcast, actually. So it was new music well, it wasn't Friday by then. Technically it was still Thursday, but some of the information for the podcast had come out. So for example, I was able to create a playlist. Oh no, it was Friday by then. So I had a list of all the new British albums and British singles that were due for release that day, or had just been released like an hour and 40 minutes before or whatever. So I did those, made the list. So there are 17 new British singles and about 5 or 6 new British albums. So I created, put those into the news bit of the podcast. I created a playlist of the new singles because I will try to listen to them tomorrow. But the actual chart wasn't out, so I couldn't actually put the chart together in bits and pieces like that. Anyway, so I did a bit of that work. Then as soon as the alarm call came, I showered, got into my uniform, headed down and met my colleagues, and then we flew here, basically. So we got the crew bus to Sydney and flew to Singapore. And we landed at just after 9 o'clock local time, I think it was, or maybe slightly before, around about 9 o'clock local time. Because we taxied quite a bit around the airport, it was gone past before we managed to get all the passengers disembarked. And well gone 10 o'clock, therefore, probably 10:30 before we got to the hotel. And I was hungry at that point. So there is a place you can eat. There's loads of places that you can eat quite late in Singapore. And I chatted with a friend of mine. A friend of mine's got an issue with, I won't say what, but she's got an issue which I was just stayed awake to try and help her resolve. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help her resolve it. It does sound really, really complicated, actually, bless her. But we'll see what happens. So I wasn't able to help her, but I went and had some food. I had a chicken and rice bowl and a beer outside, which was rather pleasant. And so I did that. And then, and that's basically it. So this evening I've just been literally sitting by my computer. No, I've done a bit more stuff for the other podcast. So obviously by the time I got back from eating, the actual new chart was available. So I did the new unofficial British artist top 20. I did the rest of the news article, and what I'm going to try and do over the next 2 days. I'm not going to rush it, but I am going to try and get the podcast done before I leave Singapore and uploaded rather than after, because the problem is if I do it after, well, it means basically I've got to do it Monday morning on landing day when I'm absolutely shattered, and I just don't think that's a very good idea at all. So my plan for tomorrow basically is to listen to the new album by, who is it I'm going to go for? Sienna Spiro. Listen to her new album and write the review. I might not record the podcast tomorrow. I might record it the day after. So I might record it on Sunday and upload it Sunday. But yeah, the reason I don't want to do all of it tomorrow is I tend to find if I do all the writing and editing and uploading in one day, I don't tend to get any writing done. And I really would like to try and get some bloody writing done for chapter 29 of Self-Portrait. So there we go. Third attempt, and it looks like I'm 15 seconds from the end, so I've managed to get it done this time. I shall now message my friend, then upload this, and then I'm going to sleep because it's nearly 4 a.m. here in Singapore. And I'm a bit tired, like. No, is it nearly 4 a.m? Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, hang on. Yeah, 4 a.m. in Singapore. All right, thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by me, Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my cogitative considerations, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree on linktr.ee/Richard Writes. Capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.